viewers, and Reverend Ezekiel comes and welcome to today's program. We have got a very dynamic guest in our studio today, a very dynamic woman of God who is leading one of London's top choir. Welcome to the program, Sister Mcpherson.
Well, thank you ever so much. Very kind of you.
Wonderful. The viewers would love to know a little about the director of Faith Works Choir.
To say a little bit about me, I have been a Christian for over 30 years, and now that's really given my age away. I've been singing now from the age of 8, from my primary school.
8?
8
That's
years
powerful.
old.
Well done.
Yes, I started out singing in the choir, and then the choir director recognized that I had an amazing voice, according, those were her words. And so I was given lead position in the choir. And fast forward, I became a part of Angelic Voice Choir, led by Simon Wallace, who is now Pastor Simon Wallace, as I understand. And from there, I've been involved in quite a number of choirs. Bishop John Francis. I have trained choirs throughout London. I've even trained choirs in the US, in Miami. And I've now recently been the leader, the director of Faith Works Choir.
Well done.
And it's been an amazing experience.
I can bear witness to everything that she's saying, because she is actually, quite modestly speaking, but she's actually, I can witness, as one of the renowned gospel choirs in British gospel music. So as a historian of the music, as someone who's been there from the very beginning, you know, Marcia Mcpherson, as we used to say, Marcia Q, is a phenomenal director. And when I celebrated my 40 years in gospel music, it was Marcia Quarry that I called upon to direct the choir. And I'm so very excited to be sitting here listening to you. You're not realizing.
So you guys know each other from...
Oh, yes. We know each other
yes.
very well. Her family, her family is a legacy family that you know, that's of the church, and it's just really great to be seeing that you've got this choir that you've been working on for some time now, Faith Works. And when I came into the studio, hearing the choir sing and listening to that richness of sound, I said, I've got some business to talk over you. with you.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that you were thrilled.
It's so divine that God has chosen her
God has a purpose and a
to
plan.
come in. I love, you know, you see what prayer does, guys? Prayer direct your path.
To the right.
Mande Kopo. My God, that's wonderful. And you have endorsed this wonderful woman of God for the work that she's doing. Can you tell us a bit about Faith Works?
Okay, so Faith Work, in the embryonic stage, it was called Premier Christian Radio Gospel Choir. And I had a call one day from Mayua, and saying, I'm calling on behalf of Peter Carriage, who would very much like you. You came highly recommended to start a Premier Gospel Choir. And at first I thought, really? And he said, yes, you highly looked upon, and we would very much like you to come down and have a meeting to discuss going forward. And so I did. And I became the choir director for Premier Gospel Christian Choir. And about 3 years later, it was very difficult. There were lots of different changes within Premier Christian Radio. And what had happened, they'd asked me to, Peter just called and said, can we have a conversation? In fact, we can no longer carry on with the choir because financially it is not doable and not feasible. And as such, he said, you're more than happy to carry on with the choir if you so wish. I went back to the members of the choir and made that suggestion, would you like to continue? I said, yes, we want you to continue. We'd like you to carry on with the choir. And so I made that decision to do it. And 6, 7 years later?
Wow.
Yes.
Tell us the journey so far of where you guys have traveled and some of the experiences
it's quite a journey. To encapsulate 7 years in just a minute or 30 seconds, it's very difficult. We have sung we did a week tour in Portugal in 2015. We also, we sang for the Queen Elizabeth. We've been at the House of Lords, and we had a special concert that was organised, and we were asked to be the main choir for that event. We've also participated in the Lord Mayor Show for 3 years, consecutive year. We did recently last year, we did an advert for Apple. We also had a role in a film called Super Bob, which was on general release in 2014, I believe it was. And so, yes, and to date, we are in a Shakespearean play called Pericles, which will be shown in August, 26th, 27th, 28th, respectively. So yes, it's been quite a journey, and the choir has been making trail.
This is the exciting thing about British gospel music, in that this year is the 70th year since Windrush.
Yes, Windrush, yes.
And the fact that our churches started so long ago, right up until this present day.
Absolutely.
First, second, third. Now we even are thinking about fourth generation. But as part of celebrating the Windrush this year, we're looking at an event that specifically has a strand of showing the public and even ourselves, because we don't even know our own story.
That's right.
About what the church or the churches have given to British society since that time. Absolutely. And we're not saying the people of colour had not been here before 1948,
right.
but the distinction of that arrival, particularly after the tremendous battering that Britain had from World War II,
yes.
and that we were involved in the war, people gave our lives from the Caribbean
Absolutely.
in the war, and from Africa and many other places from the Commonwealth. But that call that went out to the Caribbean and brought our parents here was a very important call. So excitedly enough, this year, on the 24th of November, we're bringing together in 3 cities, Birmingham, Manchester and London, at 3 venues, 3 legacy churches. That's the New Testament Church of God in Birmingham, the Church of God of Prophecy in Manchester, and Ruach City Church in Brixton, all on the same day, streaming all 3 events live.
Wow.
And having their reunion choirs, reunion groups, and bringing back those soloists from yesteryear.
Awesome.
And so I'm very excited, Marcia, to ask you right here, live, exclusive,
Thank you.
to be one of the key directors. And as I said before, you were there for my 40th year celebration in gospel music in 2013. Yes. And what an incredible night it was.
Yes, it was.
Where we had so many people together. But this time, we want to do something that is a major mark. So this event is called Singing Our Story, Windrush Generations, from the front room.
That's right.
To the palace.
To the palace. Hallelujah. Sounds good.
I feel.
Awesome.
Can you feel that, ladies and gentlemen? Could you put your hands together one more time? This is powerful. This is powerful. No, we know that Faith Work has some projects coming on. We want to. What's the plan for the future for Faith Works? We want to hear some more about.
Well, I think that ultimately, this goes across the board, and I think a lot of choirs will, even singers. One of our dreams is to really record our own album. We've got so many songs there's songs that I've written for years ago. There's songs that members of the choir have written, and they've literally been just sitting down. And so we want to put them all together on and create an album. And in order to do so, it costs money.
Yes.
There's a lot of money and time, and so we're trying to generate funds. Yeah. And by way of doing that, one of the things that we thought about doing, which we did last year, for the first one, we had a dinner and concert.
Yes.
And last October at the Holiday in Gloucester Road. This year we're also having another one, part 2, which will be held at the Holiday Inn, but in Regent's Park on the 3rd of November. So we're quite excited about that. We've got Jennifer Phillips and we've got a number of British artists that's going to be taking part. We've also got Roger Samuels, and of course Faith Esquire and a number of other artists. So it's something that we're looking forward to. And of course we've been practicing really quite hard for the Pericles Shakespeare play, which is at the National Theatre.
Wonderful.
So yes, quite exciting time for the choir.
You got 2 minutes, Marcia. You're going to look straight in the camera, and you're going to speak to over 6 million people. Tell them about that event that's coming up, because you need the support.
We are having a gospel concert and a Caribbean dinner. It's a 4-course meal. It's only for £60, and that includes the 4-course meal. It includes your all your drinks, your dinner, as I said, and the concert in the evening. We kick off at doors open at 5:30. The events will begin at 5:45 with a cocktail reception, followed by a full-blown dinner. And it's a buffet style. So we're really excited. We have Jennifer Phillips, we have Roger Samuels, we potentially have a gospel artist coming over from Jamaica, and of course we have Faith Esquire. We're really excited. We'd very much like you to join us. It's on the 3rd of November. It will be at the Holiday Inn Hotel, which is in Regent's Park, and please come and join us. You can contact us for tickets. Tickets are now ready and up for sale, and the cost is £60, as I said, and you can call me. My telephone number is 07940 521 607. Please come, have a good time, and enjoy it with us. We're looking forward to seeing you, so get in touch.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Juliet, I want you to tell us about your event. It's on Dynamic, and the world wants to hear it. Look straight into the camera, Sister Juliet, and speak to 6 million people about what God is using you to do.
Well, on the 24th of November, for the first time, all the different streams of churches, all the different artists and musicians are coming together to make sure that they're singing our story. That is the Windrush generation, from the front room to the palace. You remember the days when church first started. Maybe your grandmother needs to tell you about it. Why don't you talk to her and bring her along to this event in 3 venues: Brixton, Ruach Church in London, Birmingham New Testament Church of God, Handsworth, and in the Church of God of Prophecy at Mothside. Wherever you are, you can go along to those events. Tickets are £10 for adults, and for 17 to 12-year-olds, it's £5, and free for anyone under 12 or anyone who's 70 and over. So nobody has an excuse for not coming along. And this is how we're going to show the story of the specific way in which our churches have contributed to British society, and how that music helped us to overcome tragedies, adversities, the challenges, but also very much in terms of how we went out into our community and became very much part of the culture of the day, you know, and singing in all sorts of places, singing on television, on radio, singing at charity events, corporate events, singing for commercials, singing for film, and eventually, quite recently, singing for the royal wedding that took place. So that story will be told, and wherever you are, do come along. Get your ticket now. They're available now. You can go to the website, windrushchurchandmusic.uk, or Eventbrite. You can find us there, or on our Facebook page.
Wow. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Thank you so much, Sister Juliet Fletcher. It's been a pleasure having you, and Sister Marcia Mcpherson. It's been a pleasure having you on the set. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're going to have a next exciting discussion. God bless you. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands one more time together for these wonderful women of God.